Welcome to Variant One Shot. Before I get into my Suicide Squad review, it's giveaway time. We've teamed up once again with the awesome people over at Spencer's to give 2 winners some Suicide Squad swag. Each winner will get a Spencer's Suicide Squad t-shirt, hat, and mug. All you have to do to enter is follow our Variant Twitter account or our Variant Instagram account and tweet to us on our Twitter or comment on our Suicide Squad giveaway picture on Instagram and use the hashtag Suicide Squad swag. You can say whatever you want in your tweet or comment on Instagram, but you have to be using the hashtag Suicide Squad swag, and you have to be following our Variant Twitter or Instagram. You have from now August 6th till Wednesday, August 10th at midnight Central Standard Time to enter, at which point we'll announce the winners on Twitter and Instagram. So good luck and happy tweeting or commenting. With that said, let's get into my review, which may have some spoilers, so you've been warned. First of all, this movie had a lot of pressure on it after Batman v Superman, as the majority of critics and even fans had a lot of problems with Batman v Superman. I know I definitely think it had a lot of problems. I didn't think it was absolutely terrible, but it still had a lot wrong with it. Anyway, because of that, everyone was like, well, now Suicide Squad has to redeem DC's live-action movies after all the mixed reactions from Batman v Superman and even Man of Steel. So the big question is, does Suicide Squad deserve the 26% it currently has on Rotten Tomatoes at the time of me making this video? In my humble opinion, no. I don't think it deserves a score that low at all. With that said, do I think this movie is perfect? No, not at all. It definitely has its share of problems. For instance, some of the editing was very choppy, especially during the third act of the movie. I feel like this had the Batman v Superman effect, where they cut a lot of scenes out because at times it just didn't seem fluent. For instance, there's one scene at a bar where Rick Flag tells the squad you can all leave the team if you want, so Captain Boomerang does and runs out the bar. Which was really funny, but cut to the very next scene, Captain Boomerang is back on the team helping them with a camera boomerang without any explanation. So there was just stuff like that was like, okay, that was a bit odd. So the pacing and editing was just off at times. Also, they didn't really flesh out the majority of the characters. Deadshot they did for sure, and even Harley Quinn through a series of flashbacks, but for the rest we just got a brief origin and that was it. Now, as a comic book fan, that's all I really need because I know about all these characters. But being an average moviegoer who doesn't read a ton of comics, I get why they would be like, okay, I really don't know much about these characters, so why do I care? Also, am I the only one who laughed when Killer Croc ran into the water to get that bomb towards the end of the movie? I was like, why do you have to make him run like a crocodile? Like, I get it, he's half man, half crocodile, but that just makes him look awkward. Now, I did like Killer Croc, I just thought that scene in particular was a little weird. Also, I'm tired of every movie having to deal with some sort of energy blast or field in the center of the city that they have to stop. Like, why is that always a thing? It just seems kind of weird that that seems to be an ongoing trend with blockbuster movies. Now, some of you may be saying, so Arris, you didn't like the movie, and that wouldn't be true. I did like the movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. Those are just some of my complaints. I personally think Suicide Squad is the best DC Extended Universe movie thus far. Given some of you may be saying, well, there's not much competition, but to you I say, it's still the best out of the bunch. I really love Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship, and I just wanted more of it. It's a shame there wasn't more of it. I also wanted more Joker because he wasn't in it a whole lot. But when he was in the movie, he was really good. Jared Leto's take on the Joker was very different, but very cool and intimidating. Obviously, he's no Heath Ledger, as that's one of the most iconic performances ever, but I still don't think it's fair to compare, as both their takes on the Joker are very different. I will say though, I'm still not a fan of the damage tattoo on his forehead or the excessive tattoos in general, but it did make more sense in the movie, and I did like that smiley face tattoo on his hand that he would put over his mouth or other people's mouths. I also think he's the most intimidating, scary live-action Joker thus far. Margot Robbie is fantastic as Harley Quinn, as I thought she was gonna be. She nailed that quirky yet absolutely insane aspect of Harley Quinn perfect. At some points, I felt like I was watching a live-action version of Harley Quinn from Batman the Animated Series. Harley and Deadshot were actually my 2 favorite aspects of the film. Deadshot is a complete badass, especially that scene where he's on top of a car mowing down people. There's also so much stuff that DC fans would love, like briefly seeing Harley Quinn in her freaking Gesture outfit and Joker in his black tuxedo, which is an homage to the Batman Harley Quinn cover by Alex Ross. Batman also shows up in this movie a few times, which is great. Again, I think Ben Affleck is the best Batman yet. But we also get a brief cameo of Flash where he's in full costume, and guys, he looks so good. I'm really digging the Flash costume. It's very much inspired from Injustice Flash, and I think it works really good for live action. Viola Davis is also great as Amanda Waller. She reminds me of the Amanda Waller from the Justice League cartoons, and it's freaking awesome. Oh, and real quick, Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang. He is hilarious, he's not in the film much, but he's great. In summary, I liked this movie. It definitely has its share of problems and isn't perfect by any means. There is things I would change for sure, so I could see why some people may not like it. But at the same time, it's still really fun with several cool characters. I love the whole tone and feel of this movie, from the bright colors from time to time, all the way to the music. It just felt like a fun comic book movie, but still had dark elements when needed. And that's how I thought Batman v Superman should have been. So if you're a big DC fan, I think you'll enjoy it. You may not think it's perfect, but you're gonna have fun and geek out seeing your favorite characters come to life. I for sure don't think it deserves the 26% it has on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's a little harsh, but hey, what are you gonna do? But before I bring this episode to a close, I want to thank our sponsor, Domain.com. When you buy a domain name from Domain.com, you get the power to influence and control what people find when they search for you online. No domain extension will help you tell your story like a .com or .net domain name. Domain.com is affordable, reliable, and easy to use. The guys at Domain.com gave variants an awesome offer. Get 15% off Domain.com's already affordable domain names and web hosting when you use the coupon code variant at checkout. So when you think domain names, think Domain.com.